When I was a little girl, I knew that I wanted to go to college so that I could have an amazing career when I got older. I often daydreamed about being a businesswoman out in the world, dressed for success, handling huge business deals, and making a name for myself in the professional world. It seemed funny for such a little girl to be thinking about wearing a business suit in a big boardroom meeting, but I knew that I wanted to be someone who got what they wanted by working extremely hard. I also knew that I had to be successful in life, in school and work, in order to live the life that I wanted. And knowing that at such a young age was a huge plus for me. But things didn't go as smoothly as I would have hoped in the upcoming years of my life. When I was in fifth grade, my parents got divorced, and my mother and I were basically left with nothing to our names. We moved in with family for a couple of years so that my mother could get back on her feet once again. But then once we moved into an apartment together, she had to work 24/7, and my life changed forever in a way that I never thought it would. Growing up living paycheck to paycheck was hard. It was hard to watch my mother stress out every day, all day. And it made me realize that I had to go to college even more because I knew I didn't want to have to stress like she did for the rest of my life. But knowing that I had to go to college and actually getting it done when you have no money is basically easier said than done. All of a sudden, college seemed so far off for me because of my financial situation, even with the financial aid that was provided by FAFSA. It was hard for me to think about going to college right out of high school because I had no money and I needed to work full time in order to pay for bills and clothes and food and my car payment and car insurance. But according to HuffingtonPost.com, two-thirds of those who do not end up enrolling in college believed during high school that college was in their futures. But realities like high price of college often impeded this goal. In other countries besides the USA, these issues wouldn't have been a problem because their college is paid for. Places like Northern Europe and Estonia are some examples. If college was free here in the USA, I think our country would be completely different in the best way possible. According to top10colleges.org, college tuition has gone up by 1,120% since they started keeping records of tuition in 1978. Many young adults are choosing to skip college altogether because it is simply unaffordable and there is no way for them to pay rent, pay bills, buy groceries, and afford a full time education. It is simply just too much, so many decide to take out loans. These loans usually have an extremely high interest rate and leave many in debt for many years, crippling people financially. An article on studentloanhero.com states that many Americans who are in debt have to put off life experiences like traveling, buying a house, living on their own, and even getting married, all because their student debt is just too overwhelming. That being said, I think college should be free in the USA. It would obviously mean that taxes might go up, but it gives everyone the same chance to have an education so they can afford to live their lives. While researching the subject of college tuition, I found that the USA has one of the highest costs of college tuition in the entire world. It makes sense because money makes the world go round, but at what cost? The college tuition being so expensive and out of reach for many is ruining people's lives, and there should be something done about it. I think instead of people choosing to give up on college altogether, there should be free college right here in the US. Northern Europe, like I mentioned earlier, is already on the train offering free higher education to whoever wants it or needs it. Countries like Estonia are also doing this. This will make our country run smoother because many people struck with poverty will be given a chance to improve their lives and the country all at the same time. There will be more people being able to use their talents and get better jobs that will ultimately result in a brighter future not only for our country but for the world. Education makes our society better, inspires economic growth for the country, and makes people able to be independent and live a stable life. Everyone should at least have a chance to have an education, and if they don't want it, then the money should go to somebody else for their education. Taxes will be raised a little higher, of course, but if that's what it takes to get this country to make this country great, then it should be done. I know many people will be against this idea. People don't want to help pay for other people. Understandable. According to BusinessInsider.com, There was an article that suggested that free college tuition is not ideal because most of the money is going to people who already have money to pay for college. And if we want to help people get educated, the country should just give more money to the financial aid, or FAFSA. I really don't know how that really makes any sense at all, but money is a touchy subject for many. I do, however, understand that people don't want to give more money to taxes because if I work hard, I want my money to go to me, but we are talking about the future of our country here. Do we really want to keep the cost for education and have half the population be uneducated, or, lower it and change that statistic? We would have less doctors to take care of our kids if we don't do anything about it, less lawyers to defend the innocent, no educators to teach our children, and no scientists to cure diseases to save our dying loved ones. Taxes being raised for the people of our country is annoying, but it is worth it to save the country's future and keep millions out of debt and let people live the lives that they want to live. If public college were free, it would turn many lives around for the better of the country. Many people who never dreamed they would be able to be a doctor could have the chance to, and who knows, maybe even cure cancer. I think everyone should be given an equal opportunity to a higher education. It would make our economy soar and save countless lives. I want to live in a country where we all have each other's backs, and I think making college free would be a great start. Thank you.